G'day, my name is Lloyd Grolleman and I'm the Aussie Pastor, and welcome to Project 60 From Fat to Fit, the show where the Aussie Pastor goes from near on 140 kilograms. Now, I'm going to welcome Hunty. Was it 140, about 138, wasn't it?
I reckon you started somewhere close to 140, yep.
The thing is this, we actually started, I think I was about 134 point something 5, but I'd actually lost 3 or 4 kilo before the show started, which is not really fair. But I was right up there, I can tell you. And this is a program where you come on a journey with me, and hopefully, I'm praying that if you're like me, you're prepared to join me and lose the weight. Well, Hunty,
yes, mate.
How's your weight loss been going?
Oh, look, I had a bit of a misfire over Easter. A few dozen Easter eggs too many.
Shall I admit something here?
Please do.
This is actually part 2 of this program. We'd recorded it before, and about a quarter of it, Hunty, got done on a corrupt drive? Is that how you say it?
We got savaged by a dropout on one of our hard drives.
Yes, I'm back 48 hours later. So if the hair's a bit different, and I've got a different shirt on, and I'm looking a little bit different, that's why. It doesn't matter, though. You're going to get the gist of where we were 48 hours ago. So I suppose without further ado, Hunty,
yes,
I better do the weigh-in. What do you reckon?
Let's do it.
This is always a scary thing for me.
Fun times.
I live with it. Well, this is a part I don't like, and I don't know, Hunty, should we rate this as unsavoury?
We can rate it PG.
I just think let's rate it U for unsavoury, because I've got to take my shirt off. A lot of people say, well, why do you take your shirt off? Well, it's because I'm trying to be brutally honest about where I am. And again, it's to encourage you, especially the men out there. Women too, I guess, but women look better than us, don't they, Hunty?
Yeah, always, yep.
Yep. It's to encourage the men. So I'm going to take my shirt off and I'm going to weigh in. So here we go. Again, I'm sorry about this. This is very unpalatable TV. Okay, Hunty, we ready?
Yeah,
Let's
the box.
go. That's not too bad, mate.
Oh, yeah, nice.
128.4. That's actually a weight loss. So over the last 19 days since the last program, how much have I lost, Hunty? Can you tell me?
Yes, mate. Minus 4.2 kilos.
That's not bad.
Very
over
good.
19 days, 4 kilos. Look, it could have been better, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. But it's not too bad, mate. I suppose we better do the measurements, eh?
Let's just check the BMI. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, BMI. I keep forgetting about BMI, which is...
There it is.
40.5. Well, we're going to find out whether that's good or bad in a minute. Let's do some measurements. You ready, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, chest 123.
Got it.
Belly
Yes.
142.
Yes. Got it.
And butt 129.
Got it.
You know, I'm looking at those figures, Hunty,
Yep.
on the screen.
Yep.
Chest 123, belly 142, and butt 129. I officially look like a pear. That is a very, very sad thing. But at least this week, praise the Lord, and I praise God, Hunty, I'm a smaller pear by 4.2 kilograms. And if you want to put that in your mind, that is over 8 tubs of 500-gram butter lost off this pear in the last 19 days. And I just say thank you, Lord.
All right. Put your shirt back on and we'll get moving. Good job.
Okay, let's look at the facts and the figures, Hunty.
Yep.
According to your mathematics, I'm putting this on you, mate. I've lost 4.2 kilograms since the last program. That's pretty
well
positive.
Done. That's good.
My BMI has gone down 0.4,
Yep,
so that's good. Although let's not get carried away with where I'm at, because I'll tell you what, I'm still morbidly obese according to the scale, so I get that. My chest hasn't moved. Will my chest move? Yeah, it will, but probably not as much, Hunty. There's a little bit of fat there.
Give it time.
But it won't go down that much. My belly's actually gone up now. That's a bit of a worry, 1 centimetre up. But the reality is this. I've got a big spare tyre, and it's hard to put the tape measure around in exactly the same place. Has my belly gone down? Yes, it has. How do I know, Hunty?
Because your clothes probably fit better.
That's right, because I can get my Sabbath shirts on a lot easier than I was before.
Very good.
And my butt, well, yeah.
Down.
It's gone down 3 centimetres. So that's pretty good, Hunty. So that's between the last program and this program. Let's have a look all up. So far since we started on the 13th of March, and by the way, that wasn't when I started this.
Yep.
When I started hunting, I was actually up around 138 kilo.
Right.
But when we started filming, that's what we're going to do here every week.
Yep.
I was 134 kilos. I'm now 128.
Yep.
My BMI's gone from 41.9 to 40.5. So I've lost 5.9, almost 6 kilos.
Nice.
My BMI's gone down 1.4. My chest has gone down 4 centimetres. My belly 3 centimetres, and my butt 5 centimetres. So that's all good, and that's why my clothes are so much looser on me now. And I love that, mate.
Excellent.
I love it. And so if you go right through now to this last slide, my target weight, this is my cardiologist and my doctor, Hunty, telling me this.
He told you this?
Yep. My target weight is 80 kilograms.
You'd be a stick at 80, wouldn't you?
It was my playing weight when I was playing rugby league and union.
Very good.
Well, not union. I was playing union at school, but I was playing rugby league as an adult man. My playing weight was between 80 and 85 kilo.
Okay.
My current weight's 128.4, so I got 48.4 kilograms to go. So as you can see, it's a long journey. But we're not discouraged, are we, Andrew?
Not at all.
Hey, by the way, Hunty, while we're on
mate.
this, how are you going?
Easter was not good for me. I think I ate more than a dozen Easter eggs.
More than a dozen Easter eggs.
More than a couple of dozen.
Dozen packets of
Easter eggs. But
Okay.
I'm back on track.
You are back on
Going hard
track.
in the pool still.
If you would like Hunty to tell us his weight and to share with us his weight loss, why don't you contact us? Where would they contact us, Hunty?
Info at Aussie... No, hang on. The Aussie Pastor at gmail.com.
You're going to admit that?
Well, I'll ignore the email. It comes to me.
Okay, so how have I been going personally? I want to tell you that it hasn't all been that easy. To be honest, there's been a fair bit of failure. When I say a fair bit, a little bit of failure in this, and I want to be honest with you guys right from the start and share with you what I did. One night, you'll love this, Hunty,
yes.
I had a blowout.
Tell me.
And I never had a mac cheese as posted there. I have what I call a cheese savoury. I mean, I just blew it. You remember I told you about this?
You did say.
The cheese savoury is my mum taught me this. It's the cheese without the macaroni. And I had 2 of those white buns lathered in butter.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I ate one night. The other thing I've been struggling with, I love bread. And so one afternoon when I was a bit discouraged, I went to Woolworths and I bought one of these white, those white hamburger buns, and
Yep.
I bought 125 gram of Canberra cheese and plopped it on it and ate it. So I've had some failures, Andrew, in this. I've had probably in this time since the last program a couple of these iced chocolates.
Nice.
Major failures. I blame
nice.
you for that. and one of the things I've coming to grips with is portion sizes. Even though I'm eating good food, I'm eating portion sizes which are still just way too big. And I suppose I see that when I go to Subway. Now, you and I go to Subway together, Hunty.
We do.
Have I ever bought a half-foot Subway in the entire time we've been together?
No 6 inches for you, all footlongs.
It's always a foot-long Subway, and I've been thinking maybe... I think, Hunty, you've moved to the half-foot. Is that right? Or
Yesterday was my first day where I had only one vegetarian
Are
patty
you going to stick with that?
in the whole foot long, so I had it cut in half.
You going to stick with that?
Yeah, that's the new regime, sadly.
Okay, I'll watch you and I'll watch him, people, and I'll let you know how he goes on that. One of the other failures I had was I've had a couple of these peanut butter and tomato sandwiches, but what happens is these are sandwiches that I lather in peanut butter, which is not that bad for you, but if you're going to use it because it's so energy concentrated, and I use peanut butter that's natural, so it's a good stuff, Hunty.
Yep.
But I lather it on about, that's not a real picture, about a half an inch thick. 25 millimetres thick, and then I put tomato sauce on it, which is full of sugar. I had a couple of them too. So I did have, to be honest, some failures. But I did have some magnificent successes too. Let me share a couple of them with you. We just went through Easter. Hunty,
Yes.
see up the top there,
Yes.
that one triangle?
Yes.
That's the only chocolate I ate, one triangle of a Toblerone,
Only the one.
over the entire Easter break. Some people will go, no, you shouldn't have had any. Well, yeah, okay, there might be a point. But I only had one triangle. How many did you have, Hunty? Dozens of packets,
I
was
had a
it?
few packets of Easter eggs. Thanks for asking again.
The other thing I've been doing is this. That is real pictures of food I've been eating.
Should this come with a parental warning as well?
No, this is pretty good. My wife doesn't like the pictures because they're real, especially that dessert plate. She said, that's disgusting, Lloyd. You've got to do better than that. Let me just share with you, this is one of the meals I've been eating, and I've been trying to mix it up a little bit. This is a dinner meal I'll have, a lunch meal, a lunch meal, Hunty, a 3 o'clock meal. I'm trying to eat twice a day.
That looks good. That looks real good.
It's not bad. I eat it about 10, and I try to eat at 3, and then I try not to eat again.
Any dressing?
Well, let me tell you what it was.
Okay.
That meal was avocado,
Yep.
half a can of red kidney beans,
Yep.
3 pieces of tofu, 1 medium tomato, 3 small cooked in the microwave potatoes.
Yep. With butter?
No way.
No. Okay.
And spinach.
Yep.
Now, I did have a dressing, and my wife taught me to make this dressing. 1 lemon,
Yep.
probably 3 tablespoons of olive oil, some sacks of salt, and it has to be iodized salt,
Okay.
and some water. And then I pour it over that salad with those beautiful little potatoes, and that's a really, really filling meal. And I was enjoying that. This one, which my wife was Liska's very unhappy I showed that picture. This is what I've been eating for breakfast more often than not. And what is that? Well, it's this. It's steel-cut oats, and probably a quarter of a cup of steel-cut oats.
Yep.
Steel-cut. Got to be steel-cut. They're the closest to the original oats you can get. And so what I do is I put about a quarter of a cup in some So Good overnight.
Yep.
And I use these frozen mixed berries. I take them out
Same.
overnight
I
so
use
that
the
they
same.
can.
Yep.
You do that too?
With my non-steel cut oats.
And
yes.
how much? About a half a cup of berries, Hunty. I don't skimp on this at all. Then I just mix them all in together and eat.
Yep.
The other things I've been eating, I've been making myself up a pumpkin soup.
That looks nice.
Yeah, not bad. Pumpkin and veggies. And that's all I put in it, Hunty, just pumpkin and veggies and a little bit of salt. And this one, I don't know the recipe for this. My wife makes this. Turmeric. Did I say that right?
Turmeric, yeah, that's the orange.
Yeah, turmeric soup. And she's going to come on and show us how to make that.
What else is in there, mate?
In the turmeric soup, I have tofu.
Oh, it's tofu, okay.
Yeah, tofu
Yep.
and veggies, mushrooms, potatoes, pumpkin. Yeah, so it's pretty much a turmeric vegetable soup.
Good for inflammation, turmeric. It's a
Yeah, it is.
good natural
And
humour.
Liz is going to come on board and show us how to make that soon, Hunty.
Cool.
And then the other thing I've been doing, and I love this, I can eat bread, but it has to be genuine rye sourdough. And so I found a place that sells it, Hunty.
Yep.
It's about $8 a loaf.
Oh, dear.
But I bought 4 loaves, and it's like carrying it was like
bag of
carrying
cement.
a dozen bricks. It's that heavy. I buy it at Shepherd's Artesian Bakery in Castle Hill next to Coles.
Oh, there you go.
And it is, you can't buy rye bread from Coles or Woolworths. Don't kid yourself. They'll put 5% or 20% or 10% rye in it and call it rye bread. That's ridiculous. This is rye sourdough bread, the best you can eat. And Eddie Ramirez, you know, the guy who's helping me out in this, a doctor from the US, my friend, we'll hear from him again soon. He's saying I can have 2 to 4 or whatever a day of rye sourdough bread. So I'm not skimping on bread, but I'm probably eating 2 to 4
Serves.
slices of bread a day.
Yep.
Yeah. And what am I doing? Well, I'm at a place where I am losing weight, but I'm trying to work on more varieties of food, and I'm going to share that with you over the next few weeks, Hunty.
Cool.
But the one thing I am doing too, and I've been relentless on this, is I am in the pool 3 to 5 days, sometimes up to 6 days a week, and I'm doing my exercise. I'm running now in the pool, Hunty, forwards and backwards. Last night I ran 2Ks in the pool, took me just under an hour, but I ran, I didn't walk. Do you get what
Wow.
I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm running. And I'm doing that. Do I rely on the exercise to lose weight? No. This weight loss that I'm going through is almost 100% diet
Yep.
motivated. It's a diet that's doing
Diet-driven.
it. I just do the exercise because it's making me fit and I like how it makes me feel. I think you're doing the same thing, Hunty.
Yeah, and just starting to get my life back together. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm transitioning. That's what I'm doing, Andrew.
Yep.
I'm going from old to new. Have I done it spectacularly successful? No, not really. No, not really.
The
I've had
numbers
some-
are working for you, though.
Sorry?
The numbers are working for you.
Yeah, but they could have been a lot better.
But they're still good.
I've had some failures and I've had some majestic and wonderful successes, but the reality is I'm going to keep going. I cannot give up. I will make that 80 kilograms. As this little picture says, never give up. Great things take time. Be patient, be patient, be patient. I just want to share with you a little testimony from a friend of mine now. Her name's Eranita. You might enjoy it. This girl and her husband are the reasons why I started on this journey. They're the ones who inspired me. They encouraged me. They got me on the road. I think you'll enjoy her journey a lot. We've got a little segment on this Fat to Fit Project 60 where I want to invite some of my friends in who've been on a good road. I mean a really good road. They've had success and I hope it'll encourage you. And today I've invited Eranita Lamplough. Are you there, Eranita?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, Lloyd. How are you?
I'm very good, and I'm glad you're here because you have got a great journey. But before we get into this, just briefly tell us, where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in North Sumatra, Indonesia, so it's not far from Singapore. If people don't know where's North Sumatra, so yeah, Indonesia.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, you've just gone way up in my estimations because that's where my wife was born. I don't think she was born in Sumatra, though. Jakarta's not Sumatra, is it?
No, that's different. That's Java Island. I'm in Sumatra, North Sumatra. Not far from Singapore, Malaysia.
So you come from two different tribes.
Yes, different.
Are they friendly to each other?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Now, you came to Australia quite a few years ago. What difference did that make? And I find this really interesting because I've talked to my own wife about this, Lizka. What difference did that make to your diet and your lifestyle?
Oh, it is different because I remember we grew up, when I was in year 4, I started cooking. It's my responsibility at home. So we cook home food every day, like, vegetable, fish. I wasn't vegetarian, fish, vegetables, rice every day. And then I moved to dormitory, which is the same. We cook home cooked food every day.
Yep.
So when I moved to Australia, it's a bit of a shock for me. The first thing is the taste is different, less spicy. The second, like, I was introduced to this canned food, frozen food, fast food. And it was, at that time, I remember it was convenient because, you want to get things done very quick.
Yeah.
But as you know, like after how many years doing this fast food eating chips, and then, you think, oh, nothing changed. When I remember one year I went home and then I got so many comments like, oh, must be Australia treating you really well. You grow like sideways.
Oh.
And then I was just like, oh, no.
There is nothing worse when you're putting on weight for people to tell you I had that awful experience, didn't I, Hunty, just a week or two ago,
indeed.
where I went home and my brother said, I've never seen you bigger. You should get your stomach stapled. I didn't like it at all. Okay, is it that going home when they started to comment about your appearance? Was that the thing that made you decide you needed to change?
Yes, and also, as Indonesian, it's not something, like in Australia, we are very polite. Like, okay, people won't ask about your weight, but in Indonesia, people just say it in front of you. Even my mom's like, what's going on? So it's like, we shouldn't be offended, but I think I was just like, wow, that was the reality at that time. It's like, okay, I need to do something here.
Did you find that confronting?
Yes, because I still remember, like, as I grew up, I never had problem with weights.
Yeah.
And as after, like, in Australia, after 5-7 years, and then went back home, and then you realize you look everyone, oh, everyone's smaller than me, and then so it changed now.
What did you do?
Well, what I did was I tried different things. Of course, like, I heard about, the diet, the juice, like you go on the diet, you drink juice. I tried that. I tried exercise. I remember I went to the gym, but I didn't know how to, because sometimes when you encounter to an issue, we don't know how to solve it.
Yep.
And we don't ask for desperate help, and we do it ourselves. We, see all this, okay, I'm going to do this. I did intermittent fasting. I did juice diet. I did exercise. And I remember I went to the gym, only last for 2 months, and still pay my membership for the whole year. I never went to the gym. So, that what happened. But it taking me a bit of time over how many years until I change and, my lifestyle.
So it's fair to say that you did experience failure.
Yes. Oh, so many times.
So what did in the end, what did you do to get yourself, and I don't want to use the word lose weight because it's not about losing weight, it's about being in a good, healthy place, isn't it, with your body and your physical. What did you actually do? What worked for you? And I get that what worked for you might not work for all our viewers, but we want to give people different options than just what Lloyd's doing or even what Eranita's doing, because we'll have others come on board. But what did you do? Because someone might be encouraged.
Yes. So the first thing, I have to come to the reality I need help.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I just read this book. In that book, it says, "What is the bravest thing you've done in your life?" And this other person said, "The bravest thing I've done in my life is ask for help." Because sometimes we're so I can do this on my own, but sometimes it's important to ask, to admit, okay, I need help. So at that time, I remember ask for help. So I have help for professional, with my food, and also I joined a community that helped me, support me, because it is true.
Is this a weight loss community sort of thing, or a health?
Yeah.
How would you describe that? Yeah.
Yes, and then you also join a community. If for example, if you love going to bike ride, you join that community. If you like walking, you join the community. So that habits become more interesting because you're not by yourself.
Yeah.
So the same with that. So I find my community. Church is a great place. As we know, our church have a great message on this. We are one of the blue zone, and and our church has a really good value on health. So, and I'm grateful to be a part of our church. That's why I think Lloyd, you're doing this program because your heart is big on this as well. And find a community. And
who was your community? Who was your community?
My community was, of course, people around me, and also my community is my coaches who helped me to lose weight.
Where did you find your coaches?
At that time.
Where did you find your coaches to help you lose weight?
It was through friend. It was through friend, and then my husband tried on the journey, but he's still on the process, still far journey. But at that time, I remember it changed the way who I am. And another thing is actually book who you listen to, which is podcast. I listen to podcasts, I read books, and the book that changed my life, of course we ask God for help, but the book that changed my life is Atomic Habit.
What's that called?
Book is just amazing. Atomic Habits.
Atomic.
Yes.
Habits.
And in the book says, if the power of tiny gains, if we are 1% better every day, we are 37 times better over 1 year. And if 1% worse every day, we are 1,500 times worse over a year.
Now, I want to kind of bring this to a conclusion, but I want to get down to the tin tacks. What did you do to change your lifestyle? What did you practically do?
Okay, one thing is small step but consistent. Okay, so for example, because sometimes we can be overwhelmed. Okay, I'm gonna change my food, I exercise every day, do this and that. When it's so big, we can be overwhelmed. So what I did was a small step but very consistent. So I start with my food first, focus my food, and then I also have make commitment to myself. I'm gonna have, for example, 5,000 steps in the morning, or 10,000 steps in the morning. And I remember in that book, Atomic Habits said, even like people, when someday you're not motivated every day, when someday you just I don't feel like doing it, but because of your commitment you still go. And then sometimes I put on my walking gear, and then I just went for 10 minutes walk, but I make commitment every day,
To walk.
hail, rain or shine, I'm going to walk 15 minutes. So, from that 15 minutes, if I can make sure it's consistent over the whole month, and then increase it slowly. So, because sometimes I know myself, because if I put the goal is too big and I only achieve it for 2 days, I'll be discouraged the third days
I've found
and then
that.
stop again.
So start small. So you started walking.
Start small.
You started walking. You started exercising. What did you do with your food?
So you look, when you buy things, look the ingredients in the packaging, like, how much sugar in it, how much carb. So you just be careful in what you choose.
So what you did is you started to choose healthier food. Is that what you're saying? Less
Yes.
fat, less sugar, less salt, that sort of thing?
Yes. And then just remember, some days I failed. And one day I remember I was very discouraged and cried. And you know what I decided? I eat ice cream. So that is our human tendency. This is what I remember. And then I was like, when we feel discouraged, instead of giving us a reward, that's normal. The main thing is you go back again.
Yeah.
And then, just to the most important thing is to enjoy the journey, love the journey than the goal. If we just, for example, if my aim is like, okay, I'm going to lose 10 kilos. Once I lose 10 kilos, like, that's it. That's the end of my journey. No, for me, to love walking, to love food. And I remember I actually prayed to God, God, teach me to love healthy food. God, help my taste bud to love, healthy food.
Yeah.
And it takes a bit of time, but nothing is impossible for God. And, you just keep trying.
Thank you so much for your inspiring story, Eranita. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Yes, we need it. See you next time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Reality is, Eranita is about to do those marathons where they go forever and ever.
Ultra-marathon.
Ultra marathon. She is a very inspiring young woman. Wish you all the best, Eranita, and thanks for the story. Well, I hope you're motivated today, and if you haven't started, get going. You go onto our Facebook page. Hunty, can you put the address up there?
Yep.
How do you get
You can
to
go
it,
to the
mate?
Aussie Pastor Facebook page or the dedicated Fat to Fit Aussie Pastor Fat
Well,
to
if you
Fit
go to
page.
Aussie Pastor Facebook page, you might not find much.
No,
mate.
just go into Facebook and hit the search button and type in Fat to Fit Aussie Pastor,
Yeah, and you'll get it.
and you'll find him.
Yeah. What am I going to do this time? I'm going to share some of the recipes of the food that I'm eating over the next week or so, Hunty.
Yep.
And next time, we're going to have someone sharing with you a simple recipe. But as I said, if you haven't started, start. If you're going, keep going. Share with us on our page your journey, how much you've lost, where you're at, what you want to be at. Let's do this together. And I'm telling you as I close, if the fat boy Aussie pastor can do it, you can do it. God bless. See you next time.